going on, Limeheads? Thanks for checking out another video here at Long Island Music and Entertainment. Today, we are here hanging out with the guys of Heckler Kane Productions, and I'll let the guys introduce themselves. So sitting right next to me, we have...
Wayne Heckler.
Sal Conca.
Joe Kane.
Dan Kane.
Alright, and we are here once again with the Heckler Kane Production, and why don't we start with the company before we get to the main reason why we're all here today. So Joe, tell us about Heckler Kane, why it came into existence, and how it came into existence.
About 8 years ago, me and Wayne got together and we decided to form a company because we had been working on several other projects together. And we started making movies and everything, and short films, and getting into the whole movie business. And Sal and Danny joined on with us about a year and a half ago. And we've been just trudging forward and making movies, making short films, music videos, commercials, and now we're working on our web series that's going to come out soon.
Right, yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes. What are some of the movies and music videos that you've done in the past?
We've done some music videos for a band called Tempest City. We did 2 of them for them. Candy Max Music, we did, what was that, Love Wins?
Country music.
Country music. Just for some examples.
Right. Yep, and we did a short film that was at the Long Island International Film Festival called Twisted.
Okay. This year or this past, last year?
It was last year. Last year it was submitted to the festival, featured in the festival.
Nice.
And then before that, or after that, we've done a couple of short films this year. The Drop Off and Jump. The Drop Off was part of the Winter Film Awards 48-hour challenge. All these are available on our YouTube channel at Heckler Kane Creations. And what else we've been doing for the past year is we run a podcast. We run a weekly podcast with interviews with other filmmakers, indie musicians, actors, called The Imperfect Podcast.
Very cool. How's that been going?
It's been going great. It's what's allowing us to shoot this web series here on Long Island this August. So the relationships that we've made over the past year, met some great actors, met a lot of great talent, and we just learned a ton from talking to other filmmakers through that process. So that's why we're able to do what we're doing here today.
Okay. And one of your major projects, the main reason why we're here today, is you guys are creating an 8-part web series, Seymour the Unfortunate Vampire. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Got it. Nailed it.
So tell us about Seymour and, what's going on with it so far.
Well, Seymour is an unfortunate vampire. He's a normal, everyday guy, basically somebody who stumbled into vampirism, unfortunately, not intentionally, and he is now just trying to get back to his normal daily grind of how he can function in normal society as a vampire.
Okay, and you are Seymour.
I'm playing the part of Seymour.
Yeah, where's your fangs, dude? You didn't put them in.
Oh, I do have the fangs, but
Yeah, we were all excited. We're hanging out with some vampires today here at Lime. We've hung out with some of the best local bands, Celebrity Chef, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, but never vampires until today. So we're excited to be joining you guys. All right, now why the vampire theme? Why vampires in general? How did that all come about?
I have a real sense of macabre. And I've always loved like dark, evil, like horror films and vampires and werewolves and all of that. And then I also love comedies. So this came about, this is a comedy, a horror comedy. Really we were saying a supernatural comedy. And it encompasses all of that. It's not just a vampire movie. It's about, one of his mentors is a werewolf. He's got all sorts of friends that are different sects of things, or witches and zombies and all these things that are going to play into how he is going about now figuring out, being introduced into this supernatural world, how he's going to function with everyone else.
Okay.
And his character, Seymour, is almost like an amalgam of other characters that we made. We made a short film, Bad Luck Charlie, that he played a character that was kind of unfortunate in a different way. So it kind of morphed into
So
this.
Seymour was a character based on it in another film that you made?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
great.
another character I played, and he's kind of like an amalgam of him and a couple other things that I've done in the past.
Now I know you're in it, obviously. I know, Joe, you're in it. Are you two guys in the film also?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Sal, I'm sorry.
That's
I know
okay.
Joe. My bad. So,
We're all in the film.
you guys are filming all across Long Island. You mentioned to us earlier before. What parts of the island are we looking at?
Mostly Nassau County at this point, trying to keep it, indie films on a budget. We have some great actors that are participating. We have Marshall Teague from Roadhouse, the 80s movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. He's coming in from Texas to do this with us.
How did you get in contact with him?
Through the Imperfect Podcast. He was a guest of ours, and we became very friendly with him. He's coming out to do the shoot with us. We're really fortunate to have him. We actually have great perks, so we're crowdfunding now to try to raise funds. One of the perks is, if you're really a fan of the 80s movie Roadhouse, if you contribute, you can come down and meet Marshall on set.
Now, how did you originally get him on the podcast? Like, how did that all go?
Yeah, so we're really active on Twitter, and the Support Indie Film community on Twitter is really active and very supportive, so to speak. So we all communicate all the time. We talk with other filmmakers, other actors, and we reach out to people and we say, hey, do you want to? You up for an interview? Some of these guys like Marshall, they know the power of podcasting, so they do a lot of interviews on different podcasts, so we see that as well.
Right.
So a lot of the guests are shared among some of the other podcasts. We're part of a network called Podern Family,
Okay.
and everybody helps support the other podcasts and things
So
like
it
that.
sounds like you guys are doing the right things, making the right connections, and just reaching out to the right people to make this work.
Yep, exactly, yeah.
Alright. And who else is in the movie besides you guys and Marshall? Anybody else that?
We have another actress named Tanya Kay, and she's
Known as the most
Actress
dangerous woman in
known as the most-
Hollywood.
Yeah, she's a stunt
Stunt
woman
woman.
and actress. She's been
She was
so
on
many things.
Glee, she was on America's Got Talent for...
Yep, she was also a stunt woman for Pink in a music video, but she's now going to be on, is it Hellraiser or, no, Puppet Master,
Puppet
Axis of
Master.
Termination. She's a regular in that. She's been featured in a few Lifetime movies, so she does a ton of stuff, as well as she does a pin-up pole show that she's really known for. She's a dancer as well, so she just does a ton of stuff.
You couldn't get her in here when
Not today, but
We're hoping
Tanya.
for that, right?
But we are
Tanya-
casting today, that's actually what we're doing in the studio today.
Okay.
So we're in the middle of casting some of
Yep.
our other characters.
Alright.
So we're hoping to get some other good people. We've
And-
seen a lot of good actors.
And not only are you casting, we were talking off camera before also that you are looking for some of the best Long Island music talent for the 8-part series. Tell everyone listening at Long Island Music Entertainment what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, and maybe we'll get you some great bands.
For sure, yeah. So 8-part web series, we want to put this series set to a soundtrack. Just like in the vein of, I'm going to be really reaching here in the vein of Quentin Tarantino that uses, music to set a scene. We want to have that ability too. So we're looking for original music, songwriters, original bands, no covers unfortunately. We don't have the money to pay for covering rights of copyrighted music. But, we're looking for anybody. We have no particular taste in mind right now.
It all depends on how the cut turns out when we look at the final product and say, okay, we need this type of music.
Yeah, we're not saying like we want all rock or all whatever. So, if you're a rock band, if you're a singer-songwriter, if you do classical music, whatever you do, send it to us. We just want to work with creative people that also want to be part of something that's going to be bigger than us.
All right, now if you're watching, which we hope you are, you can either send the information to us here at Long Island Music and Entertainment, either through the main page or the Facebook page, and if they want to contact you guys directly, how could they do that?
Yeah, the best place to go for everything Seymour is hecklerkane.com hecklerkane.com/Seymour for all the information. We are crowdfunding on Seed and Spark right now. We're trying to raise funds. We're about 10% to our goal right now. We have about 20 days left, depending on when this is going to hit the interwebs. But we'll have about 20 days left. We have some great perks available. If you want to play dress up, get made up like a vampire or a werewolf, we're going to be filming a huge scene with like 100 extras on August 14th in Belmore. Come on down.
All right. Now, when do you see yourselves wrapping everything up, and when and where could we watch Seymour?
Yeah, so if you contribute to the campaign, you'll get an exclusive link for screeners. But the plan for this actually is to take Seymour to festival and to the American film market to potentially sell this as a calling card for Heckler Kane Creations for more installments, feature films, backstories on the other characters like the vampire hunters, like Chester the werewolf, like Agent Odin, as well as other productions that we're working on. We are working on a concept video for a reality show about a community farm. We're working on another web series that's based on true life stories of a woman that we know. I can't really say too much about that. But, you know,
Still
we have,
hush hush.
yeah, we have about 3 productions in the works. So this is, Seymour is just one piece of what Heckler Kane Creations is going to be
Okay.
doing.
All right, awesome. We want to thank you for taking time out. I know you guys are very busy. Once again, Heckler Kane Productions and Seymour and the Unfortunate Vampire. To hear and see more, I've been working that line all day, see more about it, you know, continue checking out Long Island Music and Entertainment, and thanks for watching.
Awesome. Thanks.